Since I have the tractor here, I'm going to excavate a little area of my yard in preparation for planting my fruit orchard. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. Tried not to start any new projects this year, really tried, but there's some tasks I have to do while I have the tractor. I only have it for a season, so I'm trying to get that all out of the way. And so right here in this part of my yard is where I decided to place my fruit orchard. I'm just going to do one row of trees across the back here, kind of using them as a privacy screen. Also, they're out of the way where they won't inhibit my solar panels, my photovoltaic array. They face that way because that's where the sun comes all over in the sky up there. And then back there, they will not shadow or shade the solar panels at all because they'll be my orchard's going to be over here. And I have posts, and I just got to buy the fencing to put up around it to protect it from deer. Yeah, if you're growing fruit trees, those nasty, vile creatures, the deer, will decimate young trees. I've experienced it before. This will be my third orchard I've planted. Yeah, the first one I planted, didn't protect it, my bad. All the trees were completely destroyed by deer. Second orchard I planted, it was successful because I had a big fence around it. And now the trees are growing, they're huge. It's down at Acorn Acres, but now it's time to plant a fruit orchard here. I have 2 trees that survived. Well, actually there's 3 trees. One tree is really trying to grow. And it is a stone fruit tree. I'm not sure what's growing there, but it's not very big, and it's 5 years old. It's pathetic. Cherry tree, yeah, I have to dig it up and move it or completely sacrifice it because it's kind of pathetic and it's too close to the greenhouse, because when Discovery Channel came in and built my greenhouse, they built it a little too close to the cherry tree. So, and that was the location of my orchard, but they put the greenhouse right in the middle of where I had plans for the orchard. So I have to go to a plan B, plan C, whatever. Anyway, apple tree. I've got this apple tree that grows 5 variety of apples. I'm waiting for it to produce its first apple. I've had that apple tree also for 5 years. I've had to transplant it. This is I originally planted it out here. In the original spot, I thought I was going to do the orchard. Then I decided to take it in the yard and move my orchard. Yeah. And so now I'm going to be putting trees back out here. But I'm not moving any fruit trees that are already planted. So I have apple, cherry, and some kind of stone fruit. It's either a plum, peach, apricot, or nectarine, because that tree is supposed to grow 5 variety of stone fruits. Yeah, huh? So let's get going with starting phase 1 of planting my orchard. So how about that? I got this area cleared out. I'm gonna lay in, well, I'm gonna come in and punch some holes in the ground with a big auger so I can plant my trees in. I'm gonna put some soil in there to help them grow. And then I'm gonna overlay this with a weed barrier and pile like a pea gravel, a good drainage over the top of it. This serves two purposes, two. Number one, it'll control the weeds that grow up around the trees and allow irrigation to get down into the root system, and also create a mulch to retain moisture in the soil around the tree so I don't have to water as much. Number two, which is more important to me, it creates another defensible barrier around my home. That's right, if another wildfire should spark closer to the homestead and a spark land on the dry grass, set the grass on fire, it only gets so far because I've got a good barrier all the way around my home. At least the house is protected. So I'm trying to strategize very carefully and plan, giving a lot of forethought into how this could be applicable, sensible, and prudent. So using all my wisdom and just spending a lot of time on the porch swing and daydreaming, thinking about each step. Is it going to work there? What about this? What about that? Could this factor play in? You know, factoring in, you know, think about the whole thing in a long range plan. So I leveled this out too, so it's going to make it easier for me to come down and harvest fruit, prune the trees, and so a whole manifold of reasons why I'm doing this. Plus, I'm finally getting rid of those annoying bushy roots that I couldn't get out of the ground. I get to dig them out with a tractor, and then I'm going to go ahead and rototill this whole side yard area and level it out, and we're going to plant grass out here. Yeah, and keep it irrigated. That way, the green grass doesn't burn, and we can put a sprinkler out here and just sprinkle to my heart's content. Yeah, so we're going to be doing landscaping also. Kind of watch that evolve. I'm your host, Jerry Hanson, in the first phase of putting in my fruit orchard. Stay tuned for future videos as I actually purchase the trees and set them in the ground. I know there's a specific science to replanting trees. I've decided to buy potted trees. I'm no longer doing bare root. I've had nothing but problems with bare root. I've lost a lot of bare root trees. So I'm doing potted trees. I'm going to go ahead and spend the extra money. I've been down to the nursery. There's trees growing down there with fruit on them already. So I can harvest the second year that I plant them, which is good for me, good for us. So I'm thinking plum, pear, another variety of apple, a dwarf cherry, and I really want a fig tree. I don't know why, but I really want a fig tree. And I'm also getting two nut trees, a hazelnut tree and a walnut tree. And those are going in the front yard with the front yard landscape. That's another video I'm working on, is landscaping the front yard. Stay tuned to that one. Please subscribe, click that bell icon. That alerts you to the videos that I am processing, producing, and uploading for your guys' enjoyment. Also, please click that share button to share my videos on your social media platforms. Like the channel or like the video, and also leave a comment. And remember, be safe and always be kind. We'll see you guys in further adventures. Bye-bye.